Okay, guys, listen up, please. Guys, now this is a big game today at home to Marseille. If you win, then we're going into the Champions League knockout rounds, which is huge. And of course, Deanna, mate, you joined us from them, didn't you? So go out there and show them what they're missing out on. What's that, mate? They mocked you when they joined us. Why would they mock you for joining us? It's not very nice, is it? It's just arrogant. Why would the French be arrogant?
Synker samman till segerskroppen, Maltan, Grindavik. Och jag vet vattnen ger idag.
Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Grindavik on The Impossible Dream. It's Season 9, Episode 9 today, and it is a potentially historic day because we could seal ourselves a spot into the knockout rounds of the Champions League. It is Marseille at home first, then we go to Juventus, which will be very tough. But at home against Marseille, we've got more points than anybody right now has needed to get sort of 24th. But I'd feel a lot better if we had, say, 11 points at least, rather than 10, which we currently have, with 9 previously being enough to get you into those knockout rounds. We did, of course, make it the first year we were here, but I feel like we've fluked a few results there, perhaps. Whereas this time it feels a little bit more like we are doing things on merit. Now, there's not too much to catch you up on since last episode. A couple of minor knocks to players, but I'll catch you up on that as we go here. We're expecting a 4-4-2 out of Marseille. And this is the team we're sending out. Rafferson is back in goal. He's not completely match sharp, but he's played a few friendlies. He should be as good to go as he's going to be. It's going to be Johansson. Depe's got a bit of a knock, so I don't want to risk him necessarily. So Johansson, Parisi, Mosquera, and Jones will be the back four. Deanna, who we of course signed from Marseille, probably this time last year or thereabouts for 4.4 million. Big chance for him to go back. They're coming to us, but you know what I mean. Show them what they missed out on by selling him to us. Albert Jonsson's going to come in and play midfield in place of Antonio. No real logic on that. Just I think all round, he might be a little bit of a better player than Antonio now, even though if Antonio is a little bit better creativity and passing wise. But Carly will come back into midfield. Icelandic, Higuain, and Baltinson will be the front three. The other injury concern we have, if we scroll down here, is Gadini. He is out for a little bit yet with, I think it was a groin strain, or it was a minor injury, but enough to sort of keep him out of this one. So we're without him. But if we need another striker, Nelum's on the bench. He's capable, and yeah. Let's hope we can get a big result here in the club's history. Okay, so we can see the team sheets there. Guendouzi is still going. That cannot be the Luis Suarez, can it? He'd be 9 years on. He'd be ancient. He'd be in his 50s by now. So it must be another one. Other than that, I'm not recognise Christian Renuso. Perhaps at centre-back is someone I recognise. But yeah, there's a couple of names. Mendy, there's lots of Mendy's kicking around football, aren't there? So I'm not quite sure if that's a real one or not. Pressure is all on them. What do you have to lose? They cause an upset. I can just about get on board with that here. There is actually more pressure on them. They are sitting, I think, 21st, or if they're right on the border of whether they get in or not. Now, while we are waiting for the game to get underway, I do need to have a big thank you to a new channel member, Alex Wallach, I think we're going to go with. Thank you so much, mate. As I've said many times before, it's not expected, but if you do enjoy my content and you're able to, there's a link in the description for Patreon, or there's the join button down below for channel members. There's little perks you get as a means of my way to say thank you to you. But yeah, that's Alex, mate. Thank you so much. It is greatly appreciated. I did have a little side bet with Alex that if we got, I think if we got 6 points, if we got more than 6 points, if we got 7 points, I think he said he'd become a channel member. So the boys have done me proud on that front. But yeah, there we go. Let's see what we can do here. Now, of course, we will be voting on your Viewers Player of the Year in between the two games. I hope nobody missed out on the chance to nominate. I had mentioned it on the previous episodes, sort of at the end of the episodes. Here we go here. Let's wait until it happens here with Johansson ball in. It's a good one too, and it's just over for my Scala. Yeah, I had mentioned it sort of at the end of the second game. I'd been forgetting to mention it. So hopefully everybody has got a chance to nominate. And but if not, yeah. If I do forget ever to do that, if you notice we're coming towards the end of the season and I haven't sort of brought it up, just bring it up. It's fine. I'm not going to be offended. Oh, jeez. But I am a little bit offended by that defending. It's a 50th goal and Mosquera. What happened here? Block. I don't know. I mean, if it's anyone, it's Deanna, isn't it? No one. You got to just go and win the ball. Even Rafferson, somebody there, had to go and win that ball. Now they are playing with inverted wingers. We've got a corner here. Ball in. Parisi, it's there again, and it's just over from Jonsson, Albert Jonsson. And we are checking. I've never seen one given yet, so it'd be a nice time for it to start, but I don't see it happening somehow. Has anybody ever had a goal line technology be ruled in? Question for the class there. Here we go with Icelandic. We look to have responded well to the goal going in, and we seem to be playing well before it went in as well. So hopefully it's just one of those things that can happen in a game where against the run of play they've scored and we can now come back and reassert our dominance. But you feel a little bit like this is not what's going to happen. All right. Inverted wingers, let's trap them outside. I thought with a 4-4-2, I always think, yeah, with a 4-4-2, if you try and trap them inside, and so they're playing on top of each other, but that obviously is not quite working out how I'd hoped. So with inverted wingers, we'll just try and keep them wide, and maybe that looks to be the way they're trying to attack us anyway. Higuain does well. Back to Rafferson, gets it wide nice and quickly. We've still got possession though, and that will be that. And another highlight now. Icelandic, a bit of a heavy touch. And, oof, don't do foot lunge, please. Oh, and Mosquera has been done in behind by Luis Suarez, but weak finish. Let's maybe give it a... Well, we'll see what this highlight brings. Do we want to focus or a demand more here, I wonder? Yeah, as the home team, I wonder if maybe I should have been a little bit more demanding of us in that pre-game. There's a good ball for Boutenson. If he's onside, Boutenson's in. He scored! And I think the referee was heading back to halfway. And Boutenson has another goal in the Champions League. The man is just an absolute machine. He's barely a man. He's 18. He's a mile onside as well. Good first touch. Didn't panic. And still managed to find the back of the net. He is just... We are so lucky to have him. And, well, I really do hope that we get to hang on to him for a number of seasons yet. Yeah, there was no need to check that. Timed his run to perfection, didn't he? All right. I don't know what I yelled. Did I yell a man more? I think I did. But back to 1-1. We've had more possession. Shots are fairly even. And Icelandic tracks back beautifully to win possession back for us. Next goal could be big in this one, especially if it comes before half-time. Johansson back to Parisi. Forward we go to Pascali. Pascali? Who's that? Bakali even. Come on. I'm so nervous all of a sudden. Jonsson. It's one of these where, I mean, the fact that we signed Deanna from them, who was transfer listed, and he's, you know, pretty much a key player for us in Europe, it shows you, oh, there's a cracking ball from Bakali. Johansson, it's Boutenson, and it's Higuain! And it's 2-1. We have turned it around. And that is very, very nice indeed. This ball from Bakali opened up the defence. And look at this. Fabio in no man's land. Who are you marking, Fabio? Your goalkeeper doesn't need to be marked. And Boutenson, good enough to find Higuain. And it is 2-1. We have turned this around. And we've got ourselves in front before half-time. If we can hold this, brilliant. And it just helps you breathe a little bit easier, doesn't it? All right, now it's going to have to be don't get complacent. We've got a stressed-out looking Mosquera who's booked and not playing particularly well. Now, we do have Immonen on the bench who's back from his injury, but he is not match sharp at all. And my issue with Immonen always is the lack of pace. Now, he does have decent anticipation and positioning, but not maybe enough to make up for it. And then Mortensen, who's the other centre-back on the bench, he's a little bit unhappy with me. So the question is, who do we trust more? Let's leave Mosquera for now. But he's going to have to be a little bit better this second half and certainly not get another booking. The other option is using Deanna as a centre-back, which he can do. Oh, Bakali caught in possession. But, of course, he doesn't have jumping reach, which is the problem there. And we've been caught out on the back of that. That is so freaking annoying. And it is 2-2. Oh, Bakali just got crowded out, didn't he? And we couldn't recover quick enough. And Parisi, he does this from time to time, doesn't he? He is a big boy, and he just gets caught out every now and again. This is why when I was thinking of the three centre-backs, Mosquera is only playing a 6-1 now. So we'll bring Immonen on and hope that works out okay for us in the end. And we're 3-2 down, are we? And we are falling in a heap in the second half. Deanna's picked up a knock. It is all going wrong. They've obviously been shot a rocket up them at half time. And 10 minutes into the second half, they've scored 2. We need to keep going with that change. We need to berate them now, I think. And one thing we could do is actually switch Parisi and Immonen around. There's a good ball in. Johansson blasts it over the top. I think it was Johansson anyway. All right, let me think about this for a second. Okay, we're going to have to take Deano off. He's being hampered by his injury. We'll bring Antonio on. That's not the end of the world. And I've just switched Immonen and Parisi around because Immonen's left-footed, Parisi is right-footed, so that doesn't work out too badly for us. Yeah, Johansson's not playing too well. We could bring Depe on, but yeah, it's been a very... It's not been the sort of performance we've been expecting from us, is it, in Europe this season? I did drop the line back a little bit as well, just because Immonen and Parisi, there is a lack of pace there. But we are suddenly getting absolutely torn apart. And, well, let's bring Depe on. Where's Johansson going? He's just in no man's land, isn't he? And it's 4-2. And if we are going to get out of the group, well, we've got Juventus away and Roma at home to come. And you wonder where that extra points are going to come from. We might need to, get through with what we've got. But this has just been so disappointing, hasn't it? I wonder if, coming back to that original team talk, if I've said the wrong thing there. Baltinson, no. And I think there might be an element of if Baltinson has won it back there. Can he find... Where's Higuain? Is he at the back post again? We've got Iskala. Iskala's got time, space. It's in the middle. Bekali and Higuain between them. Can't find the back of the net. Let's give it a calm down. We're looking a little bit anxious. But this one looks as though it's gone. We're down to 18th now as well. It's not just getting out of the group. It's getting the better tie in the next round as well, isn't it? And that is going to hurt us. We've lost at home. And, well, we were 2-1 up at half-time as well. Just fell in a heap second half. And that is, yeah, that's really, really disappointing. So there we go. We are only 3 points safe with 2 games to go. The goal difference is okay. Still, it's at 0. But I still feel like we're going to need at least another point. But maybe I'm wrong. I mean, who's below us that you'd expect us to get points still? Benfica, maybe. Below us is in outside of the top 24. But yeah, there was the halftime team talk. He's fired them up, sent them out, and we weren't able to deal with it, were we? All right, guys, wait right there. We're off to Juventus next. Let's hope we can get a point there. Okay, welcome back. It's now time to vote on your Viewers Player of the Year. Now, there was a few players nominated. 2 players, though, had multiple nominations. So those are the 2 that we're putting forward here as our nominees for Player of the Year. So in alphabetical order, the first man is Rodrigo Higuain. 9 goals, including that stunner against Midtjylland. 8 assists and an average match rating of 7.41. And the other nomination is Rafason, our goalkeeper. Joseph Rafason, 27 clean sheets, an average match rating of 7.3, and about 47,000 penalty saves as well. So the way this works, as you're probably aware by now, at the top of the link description below, there is a link. Click that, take you through to a straw poll. Vote on who you think has been our best or even your favourite player this year, and we will announce the winner at the end of season awards. Hopefully not next episode, because that means we're out of the Champions League. But whenever they're around, that's when we announce the winner. Alright, here we go, about to face Juventus at the Juventus Stadium, and a lot has happened in the meantime. We've had our off-season break, so we've had 2 weeks away where all match sharpness has apparently just disappeared. We've got heavy match loads, no doubt, because we've been playing friendlies. The January transfer window has opened. We've had bids for everybody, and the squad is now just upset and angry because I'm not letting players leave. Albert Jonsson, Deanna and Tom Jones are publicly unhappy. We've got Iskala and Parisi, who are it's keeping it in the club but still unhappy. And it's just a mess. Look at the club atmosphere. It's down to good. It's just had a massive chunk just taken out of it. And I don't know what to do about it, because we can't let players leave, because we can't replace them. If we're looking for some good news, Rodrigo Higuain's loan has been extended for an extra 11 months, so he's here for a little while, expecting to see their 4-2-3-1 out of them. Yeah, it's just, we do have heavy match loads from where we've been trying to... Palacios is pointless having him on the bench because he's exhausted. We've had players away, Mosquera and Palacios have come back. I was hoping Palacios might be a little bit more fit, but he's not. You can see Mosquera is not either. I just have a horrible feeling this is about to all go very wrong for us, and with the Marseille result as well, Aussie Villain's headspace is not the greatest right now. So Rafferson in goal, Depe, Immonen, Parisi and Jones. Parisi and Jones, of course, are unhappy. Diana is unhappy. We've got Antonio and Bacali. I believe they're happy, but they're tied. Iskala's unhappy. Nellan plays on the left for this one. And Bautenson, for once, he actually is happy, but heavy match load as well. Could we play Godin? He's only got a medium match load. We'll see how we go. The annoying thing is that the players that I weren't trying to get particularly match sharp are the ones that might even be the better options to play. Alright, so we can see the team sheets there. Now, I've purposely left us a player short on the bench because we didn't have enough squad numbers to register everybody because of the stupid way that the game does the Icelandic squad numbers. It only gives us 25 numbers to register. We can't go beyond that, except randomly sometimes when you can. So, anyway, just to avoid an issue there, I've just left us a player short. The pundits may not believe in us today, but the fans do, so let's go and make them proud. Let's try that. I wish I could get the Marseille team talk back again. I don't think taking pressure off was the way to go. Alright, and I just really hope that this, as I said, isn't going to all just go tits up and we end up out of this thing. We are the Wednesday game, so there has already been games, and I think we're down to... it's like close to being out of it, and it's only, I think, a point or two, to get outside the top, well, the teams outside the top 24 out behind us, so... I want to say we're like 22nd or something like that. So it's just in danger of going a little bit wrong. We are saying about the Marseille team talk. I just think I got that wrong. Maybe should have put a little bit of... We really are a bit of a team of midgets, aren't we? You take the two big centre-backs out of there, and it's not the greatest. But anyway, we can only do our best, can't we? It's just really frustrating because I can't sell the players because we can't then register anybody new until basically next season's Champions League. Bacali's in here, Bacali with a chip. Oh, it's off the line. Because our transfer window doesn't open to February 22nd. So if I sell Deanna, buy somebody in, we can't register them in the squad or they won't come into being a Grindavik player until February 22nd, at which point registrations for Europe for the Champions League have closed. So it just means that we don't have anybody then till for the rest of our time in Europe, however long that may be. We just leave ourselves short. So it is very, very frustrating. But I guess it is just sort of part of the challenge. But is he offside? He might be offside. The ref is pointing at the linesman. I'm hoping he's offside here because it was a little bit of a weak goal. But we've seen this before. Parisi and Immonen as well. And he's awarded. The problem I have with these two playing together, and I'm actually beginning to think that, is he not offside? Did Depe play him on? I've not been super impressed with Depe this season, actually. I've got to be honest. It must be Depe playing him on, is it? Oh, I'm not convinced he's onside, ref. Let me know what you think in the comments. He is surely offside there. I mean, it's the leg, isn't it? And his leg was surely further, like beyond Depe. We've been done in behind again here, and this time there's not much doubt about it. Let's give it a focus. And after lasting, 36 minutes before conceding one, we've conceded 2 and 3. And it's Parisi and Immonen again. That's how you beat us when they're... Alright, so I wonder... I mean, I know how to beat us. Why are we playing a high line, I hear you ask. I don't know, is the answer. So we'll just drop that off. It's possibly too late to have done that. Confirm changes, please. And what's happened there? Depe off the line. So yeah, it's I missed what the table was there. As I said, I just got this horrible feeling that it is all about to go very wrong. Okay, keep working hard till full time. Everybody's been relatively happy with that, so that's not too bad. I mean, if we can get the next goal, maybe you start to not passing like that. We're not going to though, are we? And again, oh, good save from Rafferson. The other problem is it's the lack of match sharpness too, isn't it? I mean, we are just, yeah, it just feels like we get screwed these last two games every time. I tried to sort of pace it so that we would be, here we go. Now, if Deanna can put this in, 2-1, who knows? Come on, mate, come on. You want to stay here. Oh, he's done it! Frank Deanna! What a goal! Did it go through the wall, perhaps even? But that is excellent. Let's give them some praise. It is, yeah, oh, well, it's power, isn't it? But it's gone just. It shaved the guy's legs. He's got a bald spot where the ball went. And, well, don't let them straight back in. Oh, side netting. All right, okay. Antonio's not having a great game. Let's get Jonsson on for him. See what he can do. Depe crosses it in. It's headed away. It's going to... No, it's not. It's going to fall for Deanna. Antonio. There's a good ball. Oh, no. Offside anyway, was he? Scarlett, Nellum are not having great games. I wonder if we try and... what can we do here? Let's try that. Let's try... Not necessarily work the ball into the box, but let's try and incorporate the wide players a little bit more. We'll encourage them. Scala only playing a 6-2. Now, the problem we have with that is... Oh, he's twisting, turning, and nothing's happened. We don't really have... We've got a kid to come on. Maybe we play Gadini out there. Oh, has Rafferson made another save there? Just whacking stuff on my desk. Don't mind me. If you're wondering what that noise was. And, oh, it's gone through Rafferson's hands. And it's 3-1. Bakali's having a mare, so we'll bring on Mashalek for him. When we've dropped the defensive line back, which possibly I need just to do anyway when Parisi and Immonen are playing together, we have looked a little bit better. They've only scored a free kick, but you could say the same for us, really, couldn't you? And I dread to see what this league table is going to look like when we see it next, because we're going to have a game at home to Roma, and I suspect we might well need a result in that game. Now, if we're looking for positives, we'll have this game under our belts. There's only a week off between the two, so we're not really going to get to play any friendlies with this team anyway to get match fitness up, because it's just going to help. There's a good ball for Boutenson. Can Boutenson pull one back again? Boutenson is blocked. It's good defending, isn't it? Yeah, we're into stoppage time. So, sorry guys, it's not been a classic. I've got a cat hair up my nose just to add salt to the wound. And, yeah, brief moment there, wasn't it, with Deanna's free kick, which was very nice. But other than that, did we do ourselves proud? I mean, they're all looking anxious. Let's just say we did, so we try and boost the experience, what's the word I'm looking for? Mentality a little bit. And here we go. There is the table. Now, we have a better goal difference. Okay, so we might be okay here. As long as we don't go to Roma, so as long as Roma doesn't come to us and absolutely hand our backsides to us, we might still be okay. 10 points has always been enough in the past. You'd be unlucky and annoyed if this was the first year that it wasn't enough to get us through. So there's all the teams that have got themselves through. We obviously haven't guaranteed ourselves a spot yet. But we're goal difference away. Parisi is going to be suspended, so that's not too bad. But yeah, but there we go. That is it. So this is it for today. Just massively disappointing, really, wasn't it? So what we'll do is we'll come back for the final game against Roma. Yeah, so we'll come back against Roma. Now, the way we're going to do this is I can't just do a one-game episode, because episode length will let you know what happened. So if we win or do enough to get into the knockout rounds, then we'll show the first leg of the knockout round as well. And if not, then it'll be the end of season awards and all that kind of fun stuff. So don't forget to go and vote for your player of the year just in case. And I will see you next time for Roma and hopefully the first leg of a first knockout round tie. Take care.